Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what if I could tell you tonight how you can improve your chance of success in pretty much anything you wanted to do? Whether you want to make more money, be a better speaker, be a better golfer. What if I told you a side benefit is that you're going to live a little healthier? You're probably thinking I'm trying to sell you something, or take some wacky new drug. Doesn't cost you a thing. All you have to do is have a little bit more positive and optimistic attitude. Bear with me for a second. I gave out everybody pencils during the break. Do me a favor if you're not phobic. These are brand new pencils. Take it and hold one end in your mouth like this. Right now, psychological studies will tell you that you're a little bit more critical, a little bit less receptive to new ideas. So let's get rid of that and turn it sideways. Now you're more creative and more open to new ideas. Did you feel anything? Did you notice anything? I'll tell you what happened. You turned a frown into a smile. See that? Now you feel it. Turn your frown into a smile. Tonight, I want to talk to you about the benefits of having a positive attitude and how we can use a positive attitude to improve our lives. I mentioned that that you feel more healthy. And scientists don't understand why people with a positive attitude tend to recover more or easily from surgery or deal with chronic illnesses like cancer or heart disease or AIDS. But there is some suggestion that the mind has some control over the immune system. In a recent study of 309 heart surgery patients, people with positive attitude were 50% less likely to come back to the hospital 6 months after their surgery. Another study of women, 97,000 women, postmenopausal women, over an 8-year period, the women who were scored higher in optimism were less likely to develop heart disease. And we probably all know somebody who's overcome some sort of medical condition just by will and determination. My mom was a good example. In 1998, she was up here for a lung transplant in Emory. And the doctor said, it's going to take you 10 weeks to recover from this before you're allowed to travel back home to Savannah or anywhere for that matter. Well, she looked at him and she said, it's not going to work for me because I've got a family reunion in Florida in 8 weeks. And the doctor looked at her and says, we'll see. And she looked at him and said, no, we'll see. You'll see. Well, 8 weeks later, her and I were down there at the family reunion eating fried chicken. Because she was determined and she wasn't going to accept no other outcome than for her to be down there at the family reunion. And I think she wanted to drag me down there too. Like I said, there's no medical reason why, but there is some suggestion that perhaps the people with a positive attitude do the things that aid in their recovery. They take the doctor's orders. They do the physical therapy. They eat the right foods that support their recovery. I'll give you another example of how we can perform better in our business lives. 2 guys, unemployed for 6 months or so. They're both equally qualified, both got nice resumes and qualifications and experience. They're going to do an interview. Well, Bob is convinced that he's not going to get the job. And he doesn't really prepare well. He stays up late watching Monday Night Football. He gets up late, he hurries to get dressed. He gets stuck in traffic. He gets to the interview late. By that time, his blood pressure's boiling. But Alan convinces himself that he's going to get that job. He researches the company and the person he's interviewing with. He gets to bed early. He gets up early, he beats the traffic, he makes sure he's dressed well. Who do you think's got a better chance of getting that job just by walking in the door? Alan. Absolutely. Another thing, I'm a golfer. I like playing golf. And most golfers, most amateur weekend golfers, we get behind the ball and we look at it and we look at the golf course in front of us, the hole in front of us, and we say, I really don't want to hit into that water. The only thing I don't want to do is hit in that water. And we get up there and what do you think we do? We hit in the water. Because we just told ourselves that there's a good likelihood that I want to hit in the water. But the successful golfer gets up there and he looks at the hole and he says, what's the best possible outcome for this shot? I'm not going to focus on that distraction over there because I can't control that. I've got to control what I can do to have the best possible outcome. And if it doesn't happen, he's quick to forget how bad the last shot was, and he gets to the next shot and figures out the best possible outcome for that shot. Zig Ziglar once said, a positive attitude will not allow you to achieve anything, but it will allow you to achieve everything better than a negative attitude. Mm-hmm. So how can we get a positive attitude? We can surround ourselves with people who are positive and motivated. You give it to me. I give it to GoCom. I'll give it to somebody else. Positive energy is contagious. It spreads like wildfire. The other thing we can do is be gracious. You can't have happiness in your success or your things you have unless you're grateful for the things that you have. So you have to be grateful in order to be happy. The last thing is to allow yourself to envision what success will look like. Whether you're trying to complete a project at work, or overcome a medical condition, or become a better speaker, you've got to allow yourself to visualize what that outcome is going to look like. See, a positive attitude all comes down to the way we talk to ourselves. And the more we tell ourselves good things will happen, the more likely good things are going to happen. Muhammad Ali said it best when he said, if you want to be a great champion, you've got to believe that you are the best. And if you're not, pretend to be. Those are